Shalom. All praises be to our Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahashem, in the name of His Son, who the world calls Christ Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Rakah Kodash means Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders and bishops of Great Millstone J. Message real well. Shalom to the elect, beginning with the 144,000 that preach His word, and to all you brothers that preach His word in truth and sincerity, and push out videos to edify the elect in the body. May peace and mercy be bestowed upon you by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is the brother Halalian from the GMS Great Millstone branch down here in Chicago. And this lesson is going to be about how now you have Eve trying to gaslight Jake for not trying to trust, in the system of Babylon the Great. And I'm going to start with the book of Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh." And as we all know, those who have been informed and read and study, we know that the modern day Egypt is in fact Babylon the Great, aka America. Based on all the policies, and based on the fact that on the back of the US dollar, you have the Pyramid of Egypt and the all-seeing eye. This is how we know that America is indeed what? The new Egypt. Verse 2, "Yet he is also wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but he will arise against the house of the evildoers and against them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and are not God, and the horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helps shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together." And that's what we're seeing in these last days. We're seeing a large separation in Babylon the Great. You even had a movie that came out earlier this year called what? Civil War. Because there is a civil war going on in America. And like it says in the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 23, it says, verse 24, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom shall not stand. And in the NLT, it says that the kingdom is divided against itself. It's like not the NIV. Let me go to the NLT, Salakia. In the NLT, in verse 24, it says, "A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand." And that's exactly what we're seeing happen to Babylon the Great. Now, before I play this video, I want to read a small portion of this article called "The Decline of Ancient Egypt." And I'm going to read about one paragraph long. And it says, "Economic and political unrest also led to the weakening of the ancient Egyptian empire. There were huge inequalities in the distribution of wealth among the elites and the rest of the population." And that's exactly what we're seeing happening in America right now. There's a huge distribution of wealth towards these wars that's going on in West Asia and all these wars going on across the world. But all of our tax dollars, none of that stuff is going to the struggling Babylonians that we have here in America. We're seeing a huge distribution of wealth and kindness and compassion, and we're seeing all of it go down the drain. There were huge inequalities in the distribution of wealth among the elites and the rest of the population. Many people began to distrust the government and religious authority. The continuous wars created huge expenses and weakened the economic power of the pharaoh. And the economic power, of America is very much weakened. As of October 2024, this country is like $36 trillion in debt, which shows that this is indeed the new Egypt. So without further ado, I'm going to let this video play for about 2 or 3 minutes, and Lord will, this is edifying to all those who are listening and learning.
Right, so I'm gonna play this video really quickly because I believe that this is close to the sentiment that a lot of women view towards men because of what's going on and what was offered. So check this out real quick.
Niggas, the best, Kamala gave you niggas the best proposal I've ever heard in my motherfucking life. And when I mean niggas, I literally mean black men, African American men. Like I'm kind kind of jealous. Not even gonna hold you. Cause if she would have did that for black women, I would have went on ahead and start putting out my notes and lists exactly what the fuck I was going to have, how I was going to apply every fucking start date when that shit would have dropped, just so I can be first in line to apply to every single loan, every single
So, this woman that you see right here in this video with the, not bald exactly, but almost bald head. She's talking about all these benefits that Kamala Harris claimed that she's gonna give to black male voters. And how many times has Jake been lied to and basically castrated and demasculated by this system that they were made to trust in? That there have been many times where Jake has been cheated out of many opportunities in Babylon the Great. And other countries have even took notice of that, man. Because they see that our people are under these curses, man. And even back in the 1950s to the 1960s, around the civil rights era, the Democrats, and I'm not saying that you should vote at all. We really should be serving Yahweh Bashim Shai. But back during the civil rights era, the Democrats, they were the ones that were voting to bring back slavery. They were the ones that were trying to put, so-called Negroes, which really the so-called Negroes come from the tribe of Judah. But the Democrats were actively trying to put our people back into captivity. So this right here shows that Jake should never trust in this system, man. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 30. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk down into Egypt, and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because many Jakes, even back in ancient Egypt, you had Jake, when Moses was trying to free the people, you had Jake that was scoffing Moses, that said, oh, it would have been better if we stayed servants to the Egyptians. And guess what? We're seeing that same thing today. Whenever we tell our people to turn to Yahweh Bashim Shai, the main thing they tell us is that, oh, I don't want to serve the Lord. Because if I serve the Lord, I have to change. I can't get no lineups no more. I would rather be in a Babylonian state of mind than to serve Yahweh Bashim Shai. And this is the same mindset that Jake had back then. And it's the same mindset that they have to this day. Constantly trusting in the shadow of Egypt and all the, promises and lip service that these people give to them, only for all of it to come to no avail.
Down payment that she put out for a motherfucker. You niggas saw what she said. Spat in her face and said, bitch, fuck you. We don't want that shit. We just want you to get rid of child support. That's literally. I just cannot believe. And this is why I fucking say I am tired. I am tired of black women, actual smart, intelligent, strong, independent black women falling to their knees to make things more comfortable and more suitable for the most ignorant, bow-legged, knock-needed motherfuckers in our community. Stop appeasing to these niggas. Everything that is coming out their motherfucking mouth should have soap dumped down their throat, because nothing makes fucking plausible sense when it comes out of an ignorant black man's mouth. These niggas don't give a fuck what Kamala do. These niggas don't give a fuck what she come out and say, because they hate black women. They hate the fact that a black woman skipped them to get where the fuck she at. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate knowing for a fact that black women are behind a lot of things that basically benefits the black man. They hate it. But yet they refuse to get off their fucking ass and educate themselves, because no fucking way. No way that you think for a fucking second that a black woman is going to literally strip away child support. Something that holds your motherfucking ass responsible for laying down, doing the deed, and creating said child. And you want that black woman to go in fucking office and strip away the only responsibility that keeps your ass in that child's life.
And this right here, Elder Malcolm says all the time, that child support is completely fraudulent and goes against the American Constitution. No one should have to pay money to be able to see their own child. And here it is, she's trying to bring up this stereotype about, Jake men not being in their child's life. And matter of fact, I'll pull up this article. This article real quick. And it says, this is by ABC 10, and it says, Black fathers more involved in activities with their children than other groups. According to the CDC, Black fathers were most likely to have been involved in activities with their children compared with white and Hispanic fathers. Let me skip further down. It says, according to the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, Black fathers who live with their children were most likely to have bathed, dressed, changed, or helped their child with the toilet every day compared with their white or Hispanic counterparts. And this is no diss, to the Northern Kingdom, by the way. I'm just using this, for information, to get rid of all these false stereotypes that Esau still tries to use to shame Jake and gaslight Jake. It says Black fathers were also more likely to eat meals with their children every day compared with white and Hispanic fathers, and a higher percentage of Black fathers took their children to or from activities every day compared with white fathers. Black fathers in the home were also more likely to help their children with homework every day than compared with Hispanic or white fathers. So here it is, the so-called black man, the Israelite man, the men from the tribe of Judah, they are the most involved in their children's lives, man. So why would there need to be a system put in place where that man would have to pay money in order to see his own child? That right there is completely fraudulent. That is completely unjust according to the law of Yahweh Bashim Shah. But these women are willing to have all these benefits, but try to shame Jake for not wanting to trust in this system.
Kamala gave you.
All right, so thoughts?
Hey man, can't no.
So from here, I'm done with this video. I'm just gonna go to the book of Psalms. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 118, and verse 8. And it says, it is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in princes. So at the end of the day, there's Jake that doesn't want to vote Democrat but wants to vote Republican. And at the end of the day, we're supposed to be serving our power, Yahweh Bashim Shai, because he is the only one that can redeem us from the position that we are in, from being gaslighted by society, even by our own women trying to put us down for not trusting in a system that has made the war on drugs, had Jake addicted to crack and heroin, what do they call it, the school to prison pipeline that implemented all these things to destroy the so-called black man. But yet when Jake wants to not trust in this system, they are shamed by society. But why do you think that is, man? Because they're under the curses. And you have a lot of Jake that's waking up to this fact. I'm going to go to the book of the Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 3. And it says, put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goeth forth, he returneth to his earth, in the very day his thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in Yahweh his power. So our hope is not in the system, Eve. You can use all your shaming tactics and say that we're the weakest link in the black community. At the end of the day, we trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai. We do not care about what this system has to offer, because all the things that this system has given only leads to what? Destruction. Just the simple fact that this administration has sent billions of dollars across the entire world, but only could muster up $750 to give to what? The victims of that hurricane. So if they're willing to do that to those people in North Carolina, what do you think they've been doing to Jake for these past hundreds of years? They've been cheating him out of a lot of things, which is why Jake is reluctant to trust in this system. But the elect men, we're going to put our trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai that can deliver us from death. and from anything as long as we serve him. So I'm going to end this off with the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah chapter 32 and 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, and give ear unto my speech. Because this whole, election has a lot of these women in a prideful spirit about Harris getting in that seat, man. And if she does get elected, hey, for about 5 months, you're going to be seeing a lot of this same pridefulness that this woman has, man. And they're going to be walking up and down the street, twirling their head up at everybody, giving mean looks, thinking that they're at the top of the world, until all those, until all those things are taken away. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you bare and make you and gird sackcloth upon your loins. So it's telling you prideful women to grieve, man, because the days are about to get very rough out here in Babylon the Great. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Because at the end of the day, we're not in a house of joy right now. We're in a house of mourning and a house of faith, that our Lord can come back and redeem us from the hands of all our enemies, man. So, Lord will, this is edifying, and with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS, Ruel Shalom, and Kwam Yasharala, and Abba Bubal.